I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown, because those dear hearts and gentle people never ever let you down. They read the good book from Friday till Monday. That's how their weekend goes. I've got a dream house I'll build there one day, with picket fence and rambling rose. I feel so welcome each time that I return, that my happy heart keeps laughing like a clown. I love those dear hearts and gentle people that live and love in my hometown. Oh, live and love in my I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown, because those
Well, I've been outside all day today because it's beautiful. It's like 65 degrees out, and as you can see, it's overcast. So we've had this gate here, and I really made it as a temporary gate for when we got all the chickens, but we've expanded our yard quite a bit now to go over there. So we've been having a problem with the kids opening the gate and not closing the gate, and animals getting out. And I had a latch at the top of the gate, but it was the goats could still push against the bottom and still sneak out that way. So we were always putting a brick in front of the door, or in front of the gate, and it was such a pain, because once you're inside, you can't move the brick. You can't reach over and grab the brick. Anyway, so I made this contraption here, and what it is it's just a simple lever that is down at the bottom there, and it just goes up into its little spot. And then to lock it, we just drop it right in there, and then it's got protection. They can't push out the bottom. And the top, I'm not sure if I need to do anything, but it looks pretty secure, I guess, for some goats and chickens. But the feature that I really wanted to show you was this, because this is how kids walk into a thing. They'll be like, oh, okay, we'll open the door. And then watch this. When it slams, so I put a spring over here in the corner, and so that has a lot of tension on it when you open the gate. And so, like I said, when you shut it, plump. So hopefully that'll help prevent chickens and goats getting out, because the kids aren't paying close attention to the doors. Did a lot today. I also ran the water hose all across here, just so we can have a hose for out here to fill up the pig water and fill up the duck path, and just to have water out. You gotta have water. So that was nice. Nice big yard. So we're over here by Cooper. Let's see. Cooper, what are you doing? He's just hanging out. Yeah. I also finished my greenhouse. It's down there. You can just see the roof of it right here. Oh my gosh, there's a deer out in the field. There's a deer out there. Right there. I came down to the greenhouse again here in the middle of the day. It's like, it's just afternoon, and the sun is definitely out today, and it's hot outside. 88 degrees, could get up to 91, but I came in the greenhouse again to check the temperature, and like, oh man, it definitely is hot in here. Just just making some plans for irrigation and waterfalls. It's gonna be so awesome when it's done. And she doesn't even. So we got this place all swept out, and the pigs fed, and the chickens kept up. So I'll show you the rest of the barn now. Come on through here. We do our recording here. So you can see I got a little chart set up here. So anyway, so this is the door that leads to the, the original part of the barn that was going to be used for. It was going to be just animals in that part, but there's a whole other section of barn that we cleared everything out of here. There was probably about 15,000 unfinished projects in this area. That's what this area was. Everyone helped out. There was just tons of stuff up there. There was tons of stuff piled up, just piled. But eventually we took all the scrap wood and we were able to make a hay loft. Then we're gonna put the cows on this side, and we'll make like a double gate so they can get from inside here through this gate and then out that into the barnyard. The girls, they put up a bucket with a rope so that when they're up there they can pull messages and water bottles and snacks and stuff. I built it here so the kids could come up and turn and go into this space over here. What'd you find?
I am going to bail out the pig trough.
Oh, let me get my... Our summer goal is to really just have a lot of water accessible to all the animals. We gotta have water for your animals. So today I'm just quickly, since it's nice out, I was gonna take the extra time on this. I wanted to show you this too, that we've got one of these chicken feeders. Well, let me go grab the other piece. This piece, this is the part that's the bottom, and when I first took it apart, I could just see that there was like some green, stuff built up around it, and so I put on these gloves. They got some good texture, so I was spraying water on it and scrubbing it out like that. And I just think it's just really important that the water supply that we're giving to our animals is just as clean as it can be. Water, if it's been exposed to any organic material, so if there's hay falling in it, or there's chickens stuff in it, or the cows drool into it, any of that organic material is just, the bacteria in it is just going to multiply, and that's why we have to keep a fresh water supply. And so part of that, keeping it fresh, is just taking the time to examine your containers, where they have spots here that could be, you kind of wipe off the crud that builds up, because all that is just growing ground for the bacteria that's going to make your water turn rancid. But if you ever open up your container and you're just like, ooh, it smells like a sewer, yeah, that's a big problem. I'm just going to give this a quick scrub down, put it back together, fill it up, and give it back to the chickens. And one common mistake that can happen is you could fill this whole bucket up. It looks great on the outside, looks great on the inside, and then you pick it up and you set it in your container. That stuff, that's organic material, and it's going to cause bacteria buildup, and it's going to cause sludge and slime. So before you do plug into your bottom piece, just make sure to give that bottom a quick rinse when you set it in there like this. When you're looking at equipment at the store, or if you're looking at buying something used online, it's just you know, definitely consider what's it gonna take to clean this. Like maybe even take the position of saying, I want this to be clean enough that I would feel comfortable drinking out of it. Like, does that make sense? But I still want to treat them all fairly and just say, hey, having access to just a nice clean water supply is just really important. Now, this is not a tricky part, but if you don't know about it, this little plastic cap comes off here. And put it on the bottom so that the water doesn't come out. I'm not going to say who did it, but it's possible you could sit here for a long time trying to fill this thing up and not know about that plug. Set it back up on that block and unplug it. It's good to go. They'll be happy. And then
I love the